my district. Thanks for visiting. Representative Parrish.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a child growing up in the 70s and 80s, there was no greater example of athleticism, masculinity, and determination than Bruce Jenner. As an Olympic athlete, defeating the Soviet Union during the Cold War in 1976 Olympics was a source of American pride and a realization of an American dream. He was crowned with the title of world's greatest athlete. Young boys wanted to be him, young girls wanted to marry him. His win grew the American infatuation with the Olympics, and indeed, when I had the chance, I took my own children to the Olympic Games. His image on the box of Wheaties changed how marketers sold us products and became a template for how product brand identities are linked to celebrities and athletes in particular. Hundreds of young athletes have followed in his footsteps. His athletic fame turned into commercial fame, and his name has sold millions of dollars of products and services and has boosted ratings of every television show he's ever appeared in. He has lived a life of setting records and being the first to do many things. Gender identity disorder, or gender dysphoria, is a well-documented condition that has both psychological and biological implications for the person who experiences it. People who experience this are also at risk for mental health issues, and a disproportionately high percentage of people with gender dysphoria will attempt suicide. Many health disorders have had high-profile sufferers. Michael J. Fox, Parkinson's disease; Lou Gehrig, ALS; Sheryl Crow, Sandra Day O'Connor, and Patrick Swayze, cancer; Ronald Reagan, Alzheimer's. And by being the face of these diseases, Americans have had the opportunity to be educated. Yesterday, the Bruce Jenner we all grew up and loved as a symbol of American exceptionalism revealed that he would like to be known from here on in as Caitlyn Jenner. He underwent a gender reassignment surgery so that he might live as who he has always identified with emotionally, as a woman. Not only has her experience made her the highest profile American to acknowledge suffering with gender dysphoria, who she was before Caitlyn Jenner has challenged us to think about the disorder and has pulled the disorder out of the shadows. 2 years ago, a high-profile Oregonian came out to me as transgendered and that he identifies as a woman. Politically, he's a Democrat, and I jokingly asked him, "You know, I'm a Republican. Why are you coming out to me?" The first part of his answer was touching. He said, "Because I know you care and that you're someone who is truly accepting." The second part of his answer was sad, because even in a blue state like Oregon, there are personal and professional ramifications if people knew the truth. I texted my friend this morning and asked him what he thought about Caitlyn Jenner, and he shared that her reveal yesterday touched his heart. Knowing his concern about people learning his secret, I asked if I could, without identifying him, at least share his story this morning. He graciously agreed, and maybe it will be the first step to his own coming forward. Of course, you can't read an article about Bruce Jenner and his transformation to Caitlyn Jenner and not see a mixed bag of comments. One of the most disturbing I read came from a Democratic congressman yesterday who made a comment about not Jenner's reassignment surgery, but about her political orientation. I'm sorry, I'm out of time to finish the last paragraph.
Thank you, Representative. Are there further remonstrances? Representative Rayfield.
And I will finish Representative Parrish's here. In her last interview as Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn revealed she considers herself to be a strong Christian and a Republican, and that she wasn't going to stop being a Republican. I found the Congressman's comment to be entirely inappropriate, given that Jennifer's whole point in going public in this experience was about being who you are. And if that's transgendered former U.S. Olympic athlete, a Christian, and a Republican, well, then so be it. In one magazine cover, Caitlyn Jenner has challenged us all to try and better understand the issue of gender dysphoria and what tolerance really means. You can be in the LGBT community and still be a Republican. I personally welcome Caitlyn Jenner in her new identity and hope she actively participates in the GOP. But as my friend's example illustrates, you can be LGBT and be a Democrat and still worry about being ostracized personally and professionally if the truth gets out. Hopefully, that too will change. The reality is we all have a lot of learning to do on the issue, and hopefully we'll learn together.
Thank you, Representative. Are there further remonstrances? Adjournment. Representative Krieger, 10:30 a.m. Wednesday, June 3rd, 2015.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House adjourn until 10:30 a.m. Wednesday, June 3rd, 2015.
Representative Krieger moves the House adjourn until Wednesday, June 3rd, 2015 at 10:30.